And tonight, a very different perspective on the race for mayor. Since it's often more important how you say something than what you say, we asked a body language expert to give us his take on the race for Toronto's top job. So what are the candidates really saying? Here's Mikhailo Prostupa.
There's going to be a commissioner of the streets. There's going to be a commissioner.
The Leaside Community Centre is packed with people waiting to see the mayoral candidates. But watching them too is a specialist in nonverbal communication invited by CBC News.
He's really trying to establish, I think, this space as his, whereas Miller's been walking around on the floor, shaking people's hands, so that's great. He's amongst the people.
And as the debate got underway, each candidate showed their different styles of communicating. Stephen LeDrew put his hand in his back pocket. Pitfield tends to point at people, and Miller uses his hands dramatically. And taking notes is our expert, Mark Bowden. He coaches leaders worldwide in the power of body language. Following the debate, he came into a CBC studio to give his analysis, not on what the candidates said, but how they said it.
A voter may not understand all the candidates' policies or what they stand for exactly, but they may well trust it. And if they trust it, they'll put an X. If they don't trust it, they'll leave it blank.
In Miller, he saw a passionate leader.
It's livable, it's vibrant, the neighborhoods are diverse, and it's clean.
He's passionate about it being clean.
And in Pitfield?
What leadership is about is having the ability to not be dogmatic and stubborn, but to say, this is a disaster.
Well, that's brilliant, because she starts very open what leadership's about, and then she, in a dogmatic and stubborn way with her gestures, tells us not to be dogmatic and stubborn.
And here's LeDrew.
You have to make the right decisions.
But I think we get the impression that he's intelligent and he's got great ideas and he's entertaining, but he's a bit too laid back.
Afterwards, candidates talked about each other.
One of my opponents spends a lot of time drinking water and scratching his head and rubbing his nose and moving around, and I think that shows a lack of ease.
And Miller took a crack at Pitfield's pointing.
The only thing I know is that if you're on television and you point at people, it looks really angry. Everything else is just me.
So in the end, who won the battle of the body language?
For me, it was Miller. He was truthful, passionate. LeDrew was too casual, and Pitfield was too aggressive.
What voters think may be a different matter. Candidates have until Election Day to show us who's the best leader for the city's top job. Mikhailo Prostupa, CBC News, Toronto.